Hello everyone, my name's Tricia Stringer. I'm the author of Birds of a Feather and last year The Family Inheritance. And thanks Cheryl and the team at Better Reading for having me here today to talk to you about what I've been reading. And I'm really happy to share that with you, but I'd also like to know what you've been reading. So please drop me a note in the comments and we can share what everyone's been reading as well, which will be a lot of fun. Hoping that there will be some people out there, so please say hello when you're joining in so that I know that you're there, and we'll make a start with the very first. Oh, hi Sharon. So there is someone out there. It's always good to know that there is someone. I'm going to start with a book that I'm not finished reading. Hi Yvonne, I don't usually read two books at once, but in the case of this one I am, because it's Dr. Norman Swan's So You Think You Know What's Good For You. And this one I'm reading in bits and bobs. So, you know, I've been reading a bit about diet and a bit about stress and a bit about well-being. And it's one of those books that I've found I can pick up and put down and take a bite of. So Narelle, hello, Tracy, Melissa, Donna, hi, Jessica, Natalie, Helen, hi Helen, Donna, Yvonne, you're reading Vanishing Falls by Poppy Gee. Haven't read that one yet. Hi Christine. Oh, thank you. Just started Birds of a Feather. I hope you enjoy it. Malvina, hi, lovely to see you too. Not that I can see you, but at least I know you're out there. Oh, I've just finished The Happiest Man on Earth. That is on my to-be-read pile. So heartfelt. What a wonderful man. Yes, I've heard so much about it. I can't wait to read it. And Diane, hi, lovely to see you too. I'm about to start reading A Place to Start Over by Susan Mackie. Okay, be interesting to know about that one because I haven't read that one. And Ellis, I'm reading in bits and bobs too. Yes, that's something I do. I'm going to tell you about one more book that I'm actually reading at the moment. So not finished yet, so no spoilers if anyone else has finished, but it's called The Newcomer by Laura Elizabeth Woolett, and it's set on a small Pacific island and there's a murder. The thing with this story is it goes back and forth to pre-murder and then after, so you get to learn about the victim and what makes her tick. It's very intriguing, based on a true story, of course, that you may recognize the Norfolk Island pines in this picture. But yeah, great read so far. Right, so I may have missed some. I'm just going to go back and see if I can see. Judy, hi, I'm reading Transcendent Kingdom by, I'm not sure if I can say that author's name correctly, but you can see it there on the screen. Louise, hi, very warm welcome to you too. I've recently finished Family Inheritance. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Tracy, I've got that on my list, Tracy. I've just finished reading Daughter of River Country by Diane O'Brien, and wasn't that a great read? I'm going to jump to that one next then, seeing you've mentioned it. A memoir, this one, isn't it? So, so beautifully written and just so, wow, what Diane has been through. But it's not a woe is me story. I didn't think it's so triumph over bad times and about resilience, and I found it, you know, really inspirational. So yeah, great read. Thanks for sharing that one, Tracy. Virginia, hello, just starting Devil's Lair by Sarah Barry. You're in for a good read there, Virginia. I've got an advanced reading copy of Sarah's latest book on my pile to be read, and I'm looking forward to that. And just a reminder that you can purchase any of my books or any of the books that we're talking about today via the Better Reading website. So that's a fairly new thing that's happened. And so don't forget that if you're looking for a particular book, you can find it there. Diane, oh, you're reading Norman Swan's book as well? Yeah, just one of those that I'm having to take in bits and bobs. I must admit I prefer fiction, so but you know, a little bit of non-fiction is good. And Sharon's just starting The Happiest Man on Earth. Hope you enjoy it, Sharon. Rebecca, I've just finished The Other Side of Beautiful. It was wonderful. So I'm going to jump to that one when I find it on my pile, because I've got that one too. I was lucky enough to read an advanced copy of this and I was happy to put a quote on the front here. So it's got my name on the front. And I wrote at the time, Kim Locke mixes the transformative journey of Alice Hart with the quirkiness of Eleanor Elephant in this story about embracing life. And it was such a great read. I would love to have been in the van with Mercy Blaine as she sets off. Her house burns down right at the very start, so no spoilers because that happens right at the start. And so she sets off on what is described as an unwilling journey after the chance purchase of a cult classic camper van with the company of her sausage dog Wasabi and a mysterious box of cremated remains. Mercy heads north from Adelaide to Darwin, and a fantastic journey it is. Lots of great times in it. I love this book, so thank you, Rebecca, for sharing that. Helen, hi, Tricia and everyone. I am too reading Birds of a Feather and loving it. Thanks, Helen. I'm glad you are. Karen, you're reading Showtime by Judy Nunn. Yes, another go-to. Judy is always on my to-be-read pile, so I'm looking forward to that. Hi, Jane. Thank you. Wonderful to see you too. Thanks for having me. Helen, reading my book, Birds of a Feather. Thank you, Helen. I hope you're enjoying. Ellis is reading Last One at the Party by Bethany Clift. I don't know that one, Ellis, so hope you're enjoying that one. Vivian, hi, Tricia. I'm reading Aeneid, is that how you say that title, by Virgil and Medusa by Rosie Hewlett. Don't know that one either, but once again, hope you're enjoying that one. Kathy, hi, thanks. Welcome to you too. Melissa, I'm reading Nicole Trope, The Mother's Fault. Haven't read that one yet, but hope you're enjoying. And Jane is reading The Woman Who Stole My Heart by Marion Keyes, an oldie but great read. Yes, Marion's another favourite of mine too. Jenny has just started reading The Girl from Munich by Tanya Blanchard. You're in for a good read there, Jenny. Hope you enjoy. And Marg, sorry, I'm just jumping around here a little bit. Marg, hi Tricia, just started Nicholas Sparks's The Wish and finished The Cuckoo's Cry. A very quick read, but a great book. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Fantastic. I'm just going to move on to one more of mine. This one is Tim Aylif's latest. I think Tim's books are great because they're espionage but Australian, and that's what I love. So this was you know, a real page turner, and the enemy who thought they were untouchable until now, the enemy within. And you know, I sort of think it's good because it's an Australian setting, but at the same time scary. Even if a little tiny bit of this is based on truth, it is rather scary, but still a good thrilling read. Cassie, hi Cassie, just finished Love and Virtue by Diana Reid, about issues of consent and class at a single-sex university college. Very interesting. And before that, I read Sally Rooney's Beautiful World, Where Are You? So I'm fully up to date on all things millennial, both very thought-provoking. I mean, that's good. If you've read a book and it's left you with that feeling, I think that's always a good sign of a good book, indeed. Hi, Jane. I'm just starting The Tea Ladies of St Jude's Hospital. That should be a very good read. Once again, on my pile, I haven't read it yet. Birds of a Feather's next. Thank you. You've got a queue. I jump all over on my queue. I have stacks of books dotted around the house. And so, yeah, they're not in any particular order, and I pick up what I'm feeling like next. I mix them up because, you know, if you've just read a thriller, sometimes you want something that's not quite so of a heart stopper read. So, yeah, mix them up a bit. The next one on my pile is called The Unusual Abduction of Avery Conifer by Isla Evans. Or Alsa, maybe is how you say her name. Sorry if that's not quite right. I love this. I think it touched my heartstrings because I'm a nana, and these two women, two very different women in this story, come together to protect the one person that they both love, and of course that's their granddaughter. And yeah, did tug at my heartstrings. Had some humour as well, which I found a lot of fun, and I really found it very enjoyable. So that was a really great read. Tracy. Diane is an amazing woman. Sorry, Diane, and I'm just not sure. That was probably from another comment further back. Sorry, Tracy, I've lost that train. Catherine, reading Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. So far, okay. So you just sometimes books you just need to keep persisting, don't you? It just depends on how you feel at the time too. I find I sometimes put books down and come back to them later and have a great read. So you never know. Narelle, currently reading The Signature of All Things by Elizabeth Gilbert. Fantastic Elizabeth Gilbert. Diane, just finished Suspects by Leslie Pierce. Ah, yes. I've actually been listening to a lot of Leslie Pierce books on audiobook. So I always have an audio going for walking or when I'm in the car because I do a lot of long trips. So often I pick Leslie Pierce because they're, you know, they've always got that bit of mystery and a murder or something's happening in them. So yeah, good for going along in the car. Melissa, hi. My mum has borrowed my copy of Birds of a Feather. Oh, I have to wait till she gives it back to read. Well, I hope she reads it quickly and you get it really soon, Melissa. Kind of you to lend it. Where am I up to? Sorry, every now and again I just jump too far ahead. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone's comments because every now and again I'm just jumping around a bit. Jill, hi, reading Daughters of War by Dinah Jeffries. I haven't read that one, Jill, but I have enjoyed other Dinah Jeffries books. And Jessica is reading A Country Christmas by Veronica Henry. Oh, those Christmas books, they're coming out already, aren't they? It's hopefully a really great read for you, Jessica. Bev, hi, I'm reading Icing on the Damper by Marie Mahood, a great recount of Marie's life in the outback. Okay, so a memoir there. That's great, Bev. Hope you're enjoying. Hi, Rach. How are you? Danny, I'm reading Nasty Women, Essays on Feminism in the Time of Trump. Wow, that sounds like it could be a very interesting read, Danny. Helen, yeah, it does sound like a good read. Tanya, hi, currently reading Taylor's Girl by Fiona McIntosh. Oh yeah, that was a great read. I love all things Fiona McIntosh, and my book Birds of a Feather is next on her list. So thanks, Tanya. Chris, hi, I'm reading Cloud Cuckoo Land, but usually enjoy novels with several different timelines. Just finding that one a bit of a trick. Sometimes it is, isn't it? But you know, once again, you never know. Persistence sometimes pays off with that. Hi, Kim's just finished Lies, Lies, Lies by Adele Parks. Oh, Helen's asking me if I wasn't an author, what would my second career be? Well, I always love books, so it's something, anything to do with books. I've been in schools and libraries and bookshops, so that would probably be my next, my other alter ego job. I want to mention this one by Alan Carter, Crocodile Tears. I have been a fan of Alan's since his very first book, Prime Cut. And I always hang out ready for his next one, and I love it because it's a detective series and set in Australia. So once again, you have Australian police procedures, and they seem more realistic to me. And since then, I've enjoyed all of his books, and most of them feature Detective Kato Kwong, and this one also had a little bit of espionage in it. So a little bit different to his usual ones, and I really enjoyed it. Hi, Victoria. I'm almost finished listening to The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren and reading A House in Norway by Norwegian author Vigdis Hjorth. Oh, gosh, I'm not very good with my pronunciation, so I hope that's correct. I finished The Mother Fault by Kate Mildenhall last week, and it was mind-blowing good. I haven't read that one yet. I read Kate's first book, but I haven't got to The Mother Fault yet, so I must do that. Thanks for the recommendation, Victoria. Helen, yes, I can guarantee you'll have a good read with Isla's book. Hi, Anne. Just starting The Other Side of Beautiful. I'm sure that you'll enjoy it. It was a great read. And Kim is about to start The Cake Maker's Wish by Josephine Moon. You've guaranteed a good read there too, I'm sure. Kim. Hi, Anne. You've just started The Other Side of Beautiful and you're waiting for my book to arrive. Well, I hope it comes very quickly so it's ready for you when you've finished the other book. Hi, Karen. Karen's currently reading The Riviera House by Natasha Lester. Oh, yes, I've not read that one, but have enjoyed her other books. And Birds of a Feather is on the hold list at the local library. Can't wait for it. And I loved A Family Inheritance. Thank you. And I hope that hold list isn't too long for you. I'm going to mention my next book now, and that is The Buchanan Girls. And I'm kind of putting these in order of with the most recent things I've read, and then starting to go backwards. So it's a while since I read this one, but I really did enjoy it. It's a family saga set in Sydney between 1941 and 2008. So the war years, and then coming up to a bit closer to the present time. And I found it, I love the characters. I didn't want to let them go at the end. There was betrayal, forgiveness, love, and an ending that I didn't see coming. So it was a great read. Thanks, Emily Madden, for that. The Buchanan Girls. Karen, I think, yeah, Karen, I've read yours out. Kaz, hi, reading Treasure and Dirt by Chris Hammer. Once again on my must get hold of list. Always a good read with Chris. Hi, Rita, reading I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. Don't know that one, so hopefully good read. Thanks, Rita. I'm going to mention the next one of my books here, which is called The Banksia House Breakout. The Banksia House Breakout by James Roxburgh. And James has just put together an unlikely group of people and taken them on a road trip from Sydney. Where do they go? They go up to Brisbane, that's right, from Sydney to Brisbane. And I just found this such a heartwarming story. It was a lot of fun. And I'll just read you a little bit of the blurb on the back, because that just makes it stand out. The journey from Sydney. No, where is it? Sorry, I wanted this particular part that I wanted to read to you. So Ruth takes off from Banksia House and takes some people with her. The journey from Sydney is far from straightforward, featuring grimy hostels, hitchhiking, and a mild case of grand theft. And it was a really good read. So hopefully you will enjoy that if you haven't tried it yet. Hi. Oh, thank you, Victoria. I got it right. Thank you for that. Oh, Bev, you enjoyed The Buchanan Girls too. Yeah, it was a good read. Hi, Rachel. I'm reading What You Can See From Here by Mariana Leckie. Lovely writing and humour. Great. I don't know that one, but thanks for the recommendation. I'm going to another from my pile now. This one is Kate Quinn, The Huntress, and historical. Really enjoyed this. I hadn't ever read any of Kate's books before. It was recommended to me by my publisher Jo, so thanks Jo for that. And now I'm going to read her other books, but this one set in the Second World War. It was partly set in the Soviet Union, and this is part of the war that I didn't know about. Certainly, we're an all-female bomber regiment, and I'd never heard of them. They're called the Night Witches. And so, yeah, really intriguing, but also there's a lot of mystery in this one, and it does come forward to after the war, and as the title suggests, there is some people searching for war criminals and that sort of thing. So I found it a really compelling read, so interesting as well. And, I love it when I learn something new too, as I'm reading a book. So, yeah, really great read. I'm about to disappear under my pile here. I have to make a second pile. Now, where was I up to? Rachel, I'm reading What You Can... Oh, no, I've done that one, sorry. Kerry is reading Apples Never Fall by Leanne Moriarty. I'm sure you're enjoying that one. Once again, I haven't got to that one yet, but do enjoy others by Leanne, so hope it's good. Want to read The Banksia House, Helen? Yep, I'm sure you will enjoy it. Gail, you're reading Devotion by Hannah Kent. Now, I've just been speaking to my friend Victoria Perman, who has just finished the book, and we were chatting about it yesterday, and she was saying how wonderful it was and what a great read. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Kent, Lutherans emigrating from Europe and what a hard sea journey they endure is what Gail is mentioning. But I think without giving any spoilers away, it ends up in South Australia in what we know as Harndorf, but of course I gather that it's not mentioned as that, but it sounds like a really, really good read. Thanks, Diane. Yes, The Huntress is absolutely stunning. It was a really good read. I enjoyed it very much. Okay, so now I've got my next one, and this probably needs little introduction. It's a Michael Robotham, When You Are Mine. And I don't think I've ever had a Michael Robotham story that I haven't enjoyed. So this one is just another of his really great thriller reads, and great crime. Always one of those I can't put down, have to read it very, very quickly to find out who done it at the end. Lynn, hi. I've just finished The Alice Network. Oh, great, by Kate Quinn, another good war story. So I have got a copy of that now on my to-be-read pile, Lynn, so I'll be looking forward to reading that too. I do like some historicals in amongst all of the others. And speaking of historicals, another one. This one is the advanced reading copy, so it maybe looks not quite as pretty as the original cover, but it's The Good Wife of Bath, a mostly true story by Karen Brooks, and I really, really enjoyed this story. It's I'll just read. It's probably just best if I read you the blurb rather than try and make it up. For fans of Gulliver's Wife and the Dictionary of Lost Words, a classic literary figure tells her story for the very first time. Do you believe her? And, you know, it's set in England back in 1364. So, you know, life for women was just so different then. But I just love the way that Karen has managed to put that little hint of feminism into the story and into the good wife's story. She's probably, it's a funny and picturesque, clever retelling of Chaucer's Wife of Bath, for those of you who've read that story from the Canterbury Tales. And I just found it a really great read, really enjoyed it. And it says at the end, allows a maligned character to tell her own mostly true story. So you will find out for yourself how that goes. I really enjoyed that read. That was a good one. Vivian, oh, you love The Good Wife too. Yep, she was great fun, wasn't she? And I think you just have to remember when you're reading it that obviously it's set a long time ago, and horrified by the treatment of women in it, but it's history, and that's how it was. Hi, Elona, The Zookeeper's War by Stephen Conte. It's a book club read. Okay, good. I hope you're enjoying that too. I haven't read that one, so not sure. Don't think I've, oh, well, I may have heard of it. Oh, so many books, so little time. The next one on mine is Maya Linnell's Magpie's Bend. And my first books were rural romance. I love rural romance still, and Maya certainly nails it. She's very, very, very good at it. A ripping good read is how it's described on the back, and that is so true. Maya's deep understanding of living in country Australia and down-to-earth good humour give her a great story authenticity, and I can second that because it was a really great read. Bush nurse Lara McIntyre and rural journalist Toby Paxton are thrust into the limelight when an accident puts the beating heart of their community in jeopardy. So you also know that there's obviously going to be some romance in there too, and you know, great read from Maya. Thanks for that one. Lee, The Good Wife of Bath was fabulous. Really enjoyed it. Yep, I agree. Now, next on my to-be-read pile, All About Ella by Meredith Appleyard. And I have to admit that I am a friend of Meredith, so I happily read this one, and I read it in advance, so I actually got to put a quote on the cover of this one too, and that was a poignant, oh, terrible trouble with my words today, and beautifully written novel that reminds us of the importance of friendships between women. And they're so important in this story because Ella is, she's just turned 70, and her 3 children are really not focused on what's best for her, rather more focused on what's best for them. And so she really needs the support of those female friends in this story. It's a really great read, and it's set loosely in country not far from where I live, York Peninsula, so it was a bit familiar too to be able to read in that setting, that lovely beachside setting. So I can recommend that one. Marg, All About Ella was a great read, yep. And so Diane agrees. And Danielle saying hi. Hi, Danielle. Helen also loved All About Ella. It was a great read. And Lee, I agree. I love books about women's friendships, so that's often what I write. They appeal to me more every year, it seems. Maybe that's because we're getting another year older, Lee. I might have to hunt up All About Ella. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. If you can get a copy, that would be great. Christine also said, loved All About Ella. It was a lovely read. The next one on my pile is another war story, or set during the war, and another thing that I didn't know a lot about. This is The Code Breakers by the lovely Ali Sinclair. And this one, there was something actually just on the news not that long ago about a woman who was awarded recognition for what she did during the Second World War, because these women were code breakers, but they weren't allowed to talk about it, and they were told they would never be recognized. You know, they were never allowed to, it would never come out. Well, now, way down the track, of course, it has, but such a compelling story and a really good read if you like war stories, historical and Australian, set in Brisbane in 1943. Really, really great read. And Lee, you might be onto something, Tricia, getting older all the time. Yes, sorry, Lee, I have no idea how old you are, but we all get another year older, don't we? Diane says The Code Breakers is brilliant, and also Jessica loved it. She's saying one of your favourite books of the year. Great. I really enjoyed it too. Lee, this is an amazing story. I'd love to read a book about it. Such great Aussie characters. I'm assuming you mean The Code Breakers, Lee. So there's your book. Get hold of that one, The Code Breakers by Ali Sinclair. Malvina says, hi, Malvina. I didn't know about those Aussie code breakers before I read Ali Sinclair's book. No, it was a big secret. And yeah, so many things coming out now that we didn't know happened, and in some great stories. Also, Victoria Perman's last book was a great read about, you know, things that happened during the war that we didn't know so much happened at the time. Lots of echo. Glenda, hi. Lots of echo here today, maybe due to weather. Oh, hard to listen. So sorry. Hope that other people are not getting that problem. But where are you, Glenda? Somewhere where there's thunderstorms, maybe. Although I know there's thunderstorms between me and the eastern states today, so hope that's not interfering too much. Hi, Rosalind. Hi from Perth. How are you? I'm reading The Good Wife of Bath at the moment. A rollicking read. Great way to describe it, I think. And you've just bought Hannah Kent's Devotion. Can't wait to read it. Most definitely. I am going to be heading out to get that one soon too. Hi, Jacqueline. You really enjoyed The Code Breakers as well. Yep, it was really, really good read, and excellent. I'm just checking my time here, sorry, just to make sure that I haven't overstepped. I think we've got, oh, we're nearly to the end. Oh, hi, Dallas. Hope I've got that right. I can hear you fine in Canberra. Oh, good. You can hear me all the way to Canberra, so that's good. I hope you're doing well over there. Gosh, it's tricky times, isn't it? So onward and ever onward. At least we've got all these wonderful books to read. And if there's been anything here today that you have thought, wow, I want to get hold of that, remember that you can just purchase the books by going through the Better Reading website, and that includes my books, of course, Birds of a Feather, Family Inheritance, and the others along the way. Hi, Meredith. Nothing here in Penwortham. Looking forward to Birds of a Feather. Just finished Ella by Meredith Appleyard, was excellent. And Lee saying she's in Canberra too. So I'm glad that you're all hearing okay, and I'm really happy that I was able to do this presentation today. What have I been reading? I enjoyed hearing, and thanks for the recommendations. There's been a few there that I'm looking forward to looking up after this. Thanks, Lee. Oh, thank you. I hope I haven't rabbited on too much, but I really enjoyed it. It's lovely to share reading treasures, isn't it? And what you like to read, and sharing that with other people. That really is the best recommendation, is having someone else say, wow, this was good, really enjoyed it. So bye for now, everybody. And I'm sure that one of the Better Reading team, probably Cheryl, will be back with you next week, but I'll be watching in, I'm sure. So hope you enjoy.